Silver Gray is the rare breed of pipe maker that is female. As many of you know, we don't have that many female pipe makers. The list is short, and it's very nice to see Silver Gray producing very nice pipe work today. Silver has been carving for 3 years full-time. She has an extra year of hobbying. Accounting was her trade for many years, and that gave her a lot of experience in system-like thinking, math formulas, and what ends up being linear thought. This is important because Silver will naturally tend to stay away from abstract or asymmetric shape. Silver likes rules. The bulk of her work, as you see on the chart, will fall in the blue section, where pipe makers choose to spend their time following classical or traditional shapes. She is branching out beyond that area, and she is working on refining elements of the pipe that are her own and unique to her, and she's already bringing in her own pipe aesthetic. One of the biggest factors to be aware of with Silver is that she's the life partner of Brad Pullman, who is one of the best pipe makers in the United States. Her and Brad essentially sit back to back together in the shop every single day, and you can imagine a new pipe maker would jump at the chance to spend a weekend with Brad. Silver has access to Brad every single day. This access to essentially an encyclopedia of pipe information will greatly impact her career, and she will essentially be growing at a much faster rate. She has more answers to more questions than the average pipe maker. One of the best things to review right now in her work is this shape, a shape that she created, and it looks very well done. It's very difficult to create a new shape that is easily accepted by the pipe public as a whole, and with this shape, I think she will get what she's looking for. A fantastic expression, which she calls the Eskimo egg. It's diamond shanked, always a difficult element to execute. Those 4 lines need to run into the bowl all equally spaced, and there's so much visual information that needs to go from transition from the shank, and it's just not easy to do. Silver does an amazing job with diamond shanks, and all her lines enter the bowl at the proper point. All the lines are equally spaced apart, and the transitions all vanish into the bowl. An exceptionally well executed pipe, and it looks even more stunning with the bird's eye and cross grain. An exceptional piece, a fantastic new shape she created. It's full of smart attention to detail, and it's got a lot of potential. We'll watch for this shape to be copied and explored by other pipe makers. I am told that Brad Pullman wished he had come up with this shape. A beautiful, well-executed new shape, the Eskimo egg. Here's a version where she adds a contrast stain. It's also a little bit more hawkbill-esque. Same diamond shank, but obviously a sandblasted contrast stain laid on top. Very well done. You can't ask for anything else in that contrast stain, and it's a variation of Silver Gray's Eskimo egg. You see the rounded rim. That's some of the round qualities that make her work unique in her own. She likes adding those rounded elements, those taking lines that are usually more straight and linear, and she'll add a little curve to them. Silver's in the $300 to $400 price range. I think she's actually very well priced for her work. You know, with the amount of information that she has access to, with the amount of growth that she has shown just in the past 2 years alone, if you forecast a little bit of that growth and assume that she's going to be on the same upward trajectory, she should be growing at a phenomenal rate. Another contrast stained pipe that we're looking at, which she calls a stacked Dublin. Here we can actually see another example of Silver's unique personality. Rather than having an angle at the bottom of that heel, she rounds it off. So Silver Gray is already bringing in a lot of her pipes, a lot of her own personality, and these kind of elements are good to see in a pipe maker. Starting to develop your own voice is a key component of becoming a very good pipe maker. Everything else in this pipe is perfect. The lines, the stem work, very complicated stem, and she is executing these details with a very high degree. It's impressive to see the amount of growth just in the past year or 2 of Silver's work. I first encountered her work 4 years ago, and the vast difference between then and today is immense. Here's a little Zulu where she's applying some acrylic rod stock. Having a little bit of fun with this pipe, obviously, but it's a small pipe with gorgeous straight grain, very well placed bird's eye, everything you'd expect in such a small pipe. a gorgeous little shape. Silver Gray is one to watch. She is exceptionally good at learning. She has access to Brad Pullman. She has a very strong individual and unique personality that's already creating shapes on their own that look as stunning as this. Silver Gray is one to watch.